deal, gang? What's up, everybody? How are you all doing? Is Zoom muted? It shouldn't be. You probably don't hear the music. I don't know how you get rid of the music without getting and get rid of the echo. I mean, I don't know how to put up the music without getting rid of the echo. All right, let's draw up some levels. I honestly got up like an hour and a half ago and walked in here and it was dark as hell. I rolled myself a J, smoked it, laid down and passed out. And I woke up at it was like 8:01. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. But I had everything started. All right, so the daily's closed bearish. We've already formed top and bottom wicks today. We're in a range, very indecisive. That's all we have, top and bottom wicks. We don't really have a candle that's driving. We dropped down to the smaller time frame, previous 4-hour strong candle. We've just created a steep top wick, came back up, flipped, so we're back in range. Let's draw up that range that we are back in. Hourly's a great time frame here. Actually, no time frame is a good time frame here at this point. Stuck in this ugly 300 pips worth of range. Nice area here. So this is a strong rejection. How's this happening? On the 5. All right, let's re-break in the low, huh? It's gonna need to make a top wick here at some point. I want to see if this can pull back up a bit. There's room to go down, but I want to see if this can pull back up. Not heavy, just a little bit. The 15 is closing here and the 30 is closing here in 3 minutes. Fill that wick is 8 pips. Chat, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take a sell right here, right where we are right now. Just I'm gonna take this sell right here. And up here. There's a lot of momentum back into the range here. The next candle is either gonna continue or it's gonna rip down for a bottom wick here. So I'm in here, 2 minutes to go. I think it's going to need to create a bottom wick before it does anything. So let's see. There's a heavy rejection down. I think a rebreak of the lows is due on this candle or the next would be ideal. 1 minute here for the 30. If this closes with no bottom wick, we're gonna close the position. But at that point, I mean, we'll be in profit anyway. So just stay locked in and pay attention how this candle is closing. So we got a bottom wick here. If we can get a top wick, we'll have another entry. If we break the low of the previous candle, we'll go break even. All right, we filled the wick here. Make sure you go break even here. Filled the wick, you want a heavy push. No risk on the table here. I'm about 6 pips in profit, but I went break even. I don't want this candle to come back with no top wick. Okay, so it's either gonna push or take us out, and then we'll reattempt on the next 30 or something, or on this 30 if it after it makes the top wick. Okay. Let's see. We need a re-break of the lows. Maybe we can manage risk. Maybe we'll get one more push down. Pushing. There's no risk here. This is all house money right now. Oh, closed half right there at 8 pips. Closed half at 8. We tapped 10 as soon as I press close and pull back. So closed half at 8. I'm gonna let this push down. 45, right? So let's see if we can see roughly 40 pips on this entry. Yeah, I pressed close and it just wigged back up by 2 pips, so I got an 8 pip closure there. I'm running at about 12 pips in profit here. No, B wasn't tapped. We're pretty far away. I was 3 or 4 pips away from B. Around 12 pips. I want to see 45 here. If we can see 45 for this area across the board, this is where we'll manage risk. If we pull back up before then, we'll reevaluate. There was a heavy drop. Maybe there's enough volume to take us down to 45. We'll see. Maybe it needs to bounce off 2651. Right. Yeah, I saw about 20. I would like more, but it looks like it's going to pull up to the resistance. A strong bounce. But we do have a good entry, right? It's basically at the flip. So if this candle, comes back up, it's highly likely going to flip bullish, which you don't want to sit through, right? Yeah, I can type in the chat now. I can see it because it's a public stream. Yesterday's private session, for some reason, it wouldn't show me the chat. Can you do the 5-minute time frame and do something? you see something? Let's just finish out this trade. Found a support here, so I don't know. Can we break it? I think we're gonna bring like this. We're gonna close full once we get to these areas. If it does smack these areas, it's roughly 40 pips. 38. Be patient. Alright, down. Can we get down a bit further? Can you bring us down another 10 pips? Another 10 pips. Another 5 pips or something. 2 pips. Give me 3 pips. Alright, closing here at 30 pips. I just closed full at 30 pips. Congratulations. Congratulations, everybody. That was early, right? Early. Nice and early for a W. Huddle. Yeah, it might. I'm good here with 30. If it taps full 40 here, great. I just don't want to risk like an extra. Oh, there we go. Full 40's been tapped. This is the area for full TP for me. I wasn't going to hold past this. Will it come down all the way? Great. Maybe. But I wasn't going to hold past this. So that hit full TP. Oh, that would have hit full TP. This just blasted right through it. Right? This is a pretty strong area, rejection area. You see a lot of wicks coming off this area. So that's why I said I'm not going to hold an extra, you know, what 20, 30 pips to risk my 30. Right? If you're up 30 pips and you let the shit come back to break even, you're an asshole. Don't be an asshole. W. Close 30 flat. What do we do? Do we call it a session? Who else doing this, chat? I'm sure a lot of people are, but who else streaming this? Nah, I'm not leaving just yet. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. Or am I? Oh, this fucker's still pushing. What a great entry, everybody. What a great read. Bro's high? No, bro's profitable. Can you explain your read, your entry? I spoke about this yesterday, that a lot of the things I look at, like, so there's setups that we have, but there are plenty of things in the market that that you just notice because of experience. You just see things happen. You're like, all right, it's not setting up, but the way price is moving, you know where it should move, or where it can possibly reject, right? And this is mid-range. This was a minute till the closure, and this was after a little pullback. So if we make a bottom wick right, and start pulling up. Remember I said once we went break even as soon as we filled this previous wick right here, and I said this gives us an opportunity whether to drive through with volume as this candle here was open, or on the next candle we'll either have a pineapple as if it creates a top wick at 26.51, or we're going to go completely break even once we fill the wick. That's what we did. We went break even once that wick was filled because we understood up or down a bottom wick needs to be made. If it just continues down, great. If it goes up and then, or if it makes a bottom wick comes up, then it's no harm, no foul. We would have been B. It just logically, right? It made sense because of what levels price has to tap in order to drive. If it was going to drive the other way, it would have bounced off of support to just drive. And this is a heavy candle. This wasn't, if this candle here, if this previous bearish candle did not bounce off a resistance, right? If this was like, right, if the resistance wasn't at this area, right, but the resistance really was up here, and there was no level here, and this just bounced down, then I could say, all right, it's just a pullback, right, and we'll probably bounce off of support. But this bounce off a strong resistance and back down into range. So with and that's a heavy candle right there. That is what, 80 pips? No, how much is this candle? It's a 106 pip 15-minute candle, or 30-minute candle, 106 pips. You're gonna need to make a bottom wick. Look at this shit. It's just this was our original TP right here. It would have smacked the whole thing with this. Yeah, what did that give you? It gave you 77 pips. Next move we wait on a 4-hour closure. Next move is we wait. The greater risk of a bigger stop loss. I mean, it's all the same. Like, I think you had the way it's moving, I think your only other entry was the rebreak of the lows, and the entry we got was better than the rebreak of the lows, right? Once we made this bottom wick, started pulling up, you know, like with this momentum, you'll typically like just tap the previous candle low and come back down, if anything. And that's what the wick did. If we look on the one, like over here, look, this is the previous candle low. Let's go to the 1 minute. There's definitely a top wick bouncing off this area. It's gotta be. You see? So the one pulled back to that area, the previous candle closure. Remember what I said, when price is moving fast, it doesn't have to close or print the candles. It just needs to tap the areas required for it to push, and that's what it did. It made that bottom wick. And look, on the one, it tapped that area on the dot. But you really got to be actively going through your time frames and realize what's happening as it's happening. Trades taken, you know, we got a deal. Should we get another 30 pip W? Okay. Nice, just got back, had the same trade. Isn't the greatest feeling when you show up and you have the same trade that I have, and we're looking at the same thing? You're like, oh yes, I'm getting it. Or I've been seeing this so many times that like I saw that on my own, didn't need wicks. Well, what about the 5 minute? What did you want to see off the 5 minute? New here and like your style. Keep it simple, like the way you wait for confirmations on time frames. Yeah. You want me to go back to Friday on the 5-minute? Okay. This is Friday. Where's our session? Right? This right here is Friday. Is this our session? Oh, right here. This was the session. Sorry. This was our Friday. Oh, even earlier. Right here. 8. Oh, you wanted to show me a big middle finger for him? Okay. I didn't read that part initially. Well, from now on, we're going to avoid all requests to go back to another day on a 5-minute. Yeah, I'm not doing here anything. I'm not doing here anything. I'm not doing anything here off the 15, especially with that closure. That respected this area to the left. And the thing is, this was a heavy, right? This was a heavy drop here to this area, and it stopped right here. Waiting on a 1-hour close, exactly. Yo, chat. I don't know, something wrong with my back. I broke my back. Spinal. Spinal. From carrying chat. Come close to that fly again. Hey, yo. You know what I was doing yesterday? I was doing bent over rows, and that's when I felt it. I grabbed the 80. I grabbed the 80 dumbbell for some bent over rows, and I felt that shit. Now I feel it. Oh, I feel it. Brokeback Mountain? No, I'm in a Brokeback Swamp right now. Clubhouse gym session? Yeah, that would be a W. Appreciate the $1.99. Do I hear 198? Anyone? Do we bring back petty donation game? Where we donate, but backwards? 198? Do I hear 198? Anyone? What was your balance at the start of trading, and how long did it take you to turn into big numbers? I don't take a monthly salary. My last withdrawal was like half a year ago. No more. It was like 10 months ago. Yeah, we talked about this like last few streams. Been trading for 6 years. On streams here, on streams, we've been doing streams since like 2020, I think. In general. Hey, Gene's on cam. What's the deal, Gene? What's going on? Kenny, what's wrong? I can see you. Why are you not in a cloud of smoke? What happened? Something's going on, chat. I think Kenny's going through something. We're here for you, bro. Oh, good ventilation? Word. Why don't you hold, bro? Could have made $1 gajillion. That's what I used to ask. That's exactly what I used to ask people that were profitable. I was like, why don't you just hold that? You would have made like 15 times more. No, I don't trade any other pairs, only gold. Gold for a long time. So you would draw a large portion of the account every year. So last year, it was roughly half my account that I would draw. No, I didn't have that much last year, Ruby. Then you just spend it? No, like I got bro. Like I got family, I got parents, I got a family of 5. I gotta feed. Like my monthly expenses are like 15 grand. Maybe more, like 20 grand. Coming down. I mean, I guess you could have said the same thing on the 15, right? But your stop here would be 160 pips. So much on what? A house, a wife, 3 kids, 2 parents. I'm saving for a big purchase. And it ain't gonna be a car. All right. No, not a jet either. Yo, it hasn't stopped raining in a couple of days. My whole, not my street, my whole area, my whole neighborhood is flooded. You'd have to, like, my driveway is on, it's right? It's on a slant and it's a bit lifted. But as soon as you pull it out of my driveway, it's like water, knee-deep water, maybe even higher in some places for blocks, for like 10, 20 blocks, any direction. Everything is flooded right now. Let's look at the Weather Channel. I could literally go to Ocean Drive right now and just pick up a fish off the street. South Florida. Got 5 minutes here for this 4-hour closure. Let's really lock in on these levels. I'll be honest with you, I want this shit to pull back up, or I want it to push really heavy and then pull back up. We want bottom wick, we want range to be left at the closure of this 4 hours. So if it drives through right now, it'll be great. If it pulls back up heavy, it'll be great. We don't want to stick around at support because this is the decision area, right? And if we stick around at this area for the closure, we haven't made that decision yet. Fort Myers, Naples, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. Yeah, everyone's gonna get smacked around. Pips here. Wow. Oh shit, price isn't even on my screen on the terminal anymore. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. This is exactly how we do not want to close. How we are right now. Hopefully this hurricane will make people move back out of Florida. Word, we full. we overcrowded. It's a fire hazard. If we close where we are right now, it's going to be it's probably going to be a lot of waiting. It's going to be waiting to at least NYSE open, the way it's looking. Two minutes is a long ass time. Could do a lot here. Oh, excuse me. Didn't mean to make 500 of you yawn just now, but that's where we are. Okay, good. Push. Keep pushing. You still have contact with Dambo? Yep, Morse code. I dial him up and then I just like tap on my cell phone mic. Just Knicks Celtics 15 days. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Can I ask you a question? You just did. That was a question that you just asked me. Did you have more than just a question? Okay, so we're leaving range to come down here off the 4 hour. Can we open up with a top wick? I'm fine holding the support if we can open up with a top wick, as long as we have some range to fill. All right, lock in. Here's the opening. $418 will have a sell. All right, taking a sell right here. Just took a sell. 415. And next possible pineapple, 4-7. So we're taking, remember, we're taking a position as price is moving against us, right? So it's highly likely to see some drawdown. This was the initial rejection area. I'm going to show you why I'm looking at it. I'm looking at this right here, this area right here, from where we rejected. And then we have an area right here from where we rejected. So these are our pineapple areas. That was a heavy push though on the 4 hour. I would expect the next 4 hour to create a bottom wick. So the 4 hour that we're in right now, I would expect to create that bottom wick. And if it's created, that flip, that's our advantage point here. 14 pips, 13 pips. Okay. Closing half here at 11, gonna go break even. So just closed half of my position and we are break even here. Okay. And BE tapped. So another W. It'll probably come down further, but it just came down and came back up for entry, and I'm not letting it drive against us. Right, we got our pips. I'm not letting it drive against us. I left half position open in case it drives, but that's a fucking W. Yo, we've been here for 45 minutes and we have 2 W's. You guys aren't giving our stream enough credit. Where did I open that position? I called it. I said, I'm taking a position. It was 41.5. I put it on here and I said, price might drive against us a little bit because we're taking it as it is driving against us, right? As it's creating that top wick. So you guys could have had a better entry because after I said that, it pulled up another 7 pips, another 10 pips before coming back down 20. So if anything, if you guys were late to my entry, then you would have had a better entry because it kept pulling back up for at least another 5-10 seconds. What's your lot size? I opened 2 10 lots. So do the math. Let me see. gave us what we wanted, started pulling back up. I don't want to sit through this now, right? That's the reason we do what we do. Let's add another W to our record. Win number 242. Alright, what else here? My neighbors are new to Florida. They don't think it's serious. Lady, if we get hit with a 3 and you have no water, you're fucked. Oh, shit. Water. Water. Should tell her if we get hit with a 3, she's going to be new to somewhere else, not Florida. She's new to Florida, but she might be moving real soon. What made you close your position? 10 pips. 10 pips made me close my position. That's a double good risk management, yes. Look at it this way, at least you don't have to go fishing. You could stay at home, exactly, right there. Maybe a little fish swimming up to your doors. Alright. Where's Dion Blow? Exclamation point down below. Maybe a gator or two chilling on your waterfall? No, but there's like 1,000 frogs on it right now. Like if I open the door, there's like the Budweiser frogs going at it over there. Budweiser. It's 2.5 balance per trade. Is that good risk management? Depending on your style of trading. What are you looking for? Everything. Your risk management can't be separate of your entries or your positions, right? It all has to be working in unison. So I don't know, like, right, you can't use, for example, my entries in your risk management. I mean, you can if you figured out a way to, like, you know, if you've taken bits and pieces of what I do and made, you know, added to bits and pieces of what you do. But overall, if we're strictly following what I'm doing, right, and you're taking my entries, you can't do that and then strictly follow your risk management. My risk management is based on the entries that I'm taking. It's planned out ahead of time before we take the position. Right. Let's get rid of this as well. So if you're taking your position, you can't use my risk management. And if you're taking my position, you can't use your risk management. And in general, if you're getting in a position, you should have a plan, even if you're getting my positions, right? If you're like, all right, I'm going to hold it longer, you got to have a plan on what you're going to do if it rides up against you, if it pushes heavy, if it taps supports, if it taps resistance, right? If it closes with no wicks, you got to have a plan for everything. If this 1 hour candle flips, you take a sell? No. Now that we've pulled up and closed bullish, if this 1 hour flips, I will need, like if it just comes down here, right? So if we just start coming down heavy here, I will not, because we already had a bullish closure, right? We've had these 5, well, we'll see if the 15 closes bullish, and especially if the 15 closes bullish, then any kind of drive down, I'll expect to be just the bottom wick to be formed in order to pull back up, right? the only way I can look for sells is if we get that actual closure now. Right? Once we fill the range and get that closure. Got really close to that pineapple. I think we would have been looking for a pineapple right here. Yeah, and I have enough. I always have enough leverage. I can use maybe 10, 15, 20 pineapples. It wasn't always like that, right? At one point I had room for like 5 pineapples. $46.6 was yours. Yeah, that's love. That's exactly where it tapped. I mean, top wick entry on there. That's perfect. Gave you what you need. You're at the very least break even, right? As you've tapped this support that runs across the board here, right? So you're saying to yourself, if price rejects the first possible place it can reject, the drive down is here to come back up and re-break highs. So you manage risk here at the very next support, right? Or manage risk, you either take risk off the table or secure the bacon, whichever you want to do, right? But if that's your entry and you bounce, you've tapped the support, there's no reason for you to let this go into more drawdown after if it re-breaks highs. Because you're driving up off something, right? Price is coming up off a support. Independent of how the closures look here. That's what just price is just moving fast. Came up, resistance, gave you top wick, boom, bounced off support, further back up. And it's bounced off a stronger time frame support, higher time frame, and on a smaller time frame support here at 45, right? How can I manage risk now? It's tough because you've already had these pullbacks. If you're still in here and you're in positions, there's no pineapples till you get up to 51. And then if you get up to 51, the chances of you coming all the way down to 38 are not as high. You might come back down to 45. Right? You should be looking at 45 for the market to give you a chance to get out. Alright, so just tapped our initial pineapple area. Our first pineapple area. This is, if we were still in, we would be having a pineapple right here. 2647, 648. The issue is we probably wouldn't be in once we saw this come back down and re-break the high. What are we waiting for, NYC? Yeah, we're waiting for NYC open. Oh, hold on a second, gang. Hey, gorgeous, how are you? How are you feeling? Thumbs up? 2 thumbs up or 1? 1 thumb up? So. Your sister's still sleeping? Door closed? Go close the door. Do it quietly and come back to me. Alright? What happened? Come here. You came for a hug, I see it. Come here. Well, you don't have a fever. So that's good. Love you. Oh, Wix unmuted himself without any external output. Okay. Last year you said that you will have a new strategy coming next year. Support which timeframes will main indicate? Will it be main indicated 1 hour, 4 hour, 30? No, next year we're gonna look in 25. I'm gonna add something to our news strategy, which I'm still sample sizing, right? Only for news. There are limit entries that I'm sample sizing for news. It's not something for anytime soon. Not for at least the next 3 to 4 months. Because it's just something that I've started noticing recently, and I've only traded like 5 news events since then, or 4 news events. $15 close bullish, no top wick. It has one, but it's minor, very minor, not a lot of range. We're below resistance. Oh, Milton's a category 4 now. 150 mile per hour winds. Latest update. Yeah, I'm watching the Weather Channel right now. This shit's like ESPN. The Weather Channel right now is like the sports center of weather. Pretty wild. Daily flipped again. We made this bottom wick yesterday. Albeit not as steep, but we made one yesterday. In Asian session, started coming up, broke the highs, drove up, and then rebroke the lows, came down, broke the lows of the daily, and now we're coming back up. I don't know. What did I give you? Oh, this is 30 pips. That's crazy. This little top wick here is 30 pips. Yeah, ranges are big. Okay, my area. Thunderstorms all day, 10 mile per hour winds. Which gold break daily highs 30 minutes after breaking daily lows. It's gold for you. How do we lose 100 viewers after 2 winning trades? Don't people know we do like 5 trades a session? Pip and dippers, yep. Because those viewers are at someone else's stream trying to copy them. Well, go there and tell them to come back. Wix, is it usually the case based on your experience that after such a bearish push, gold usually bounce off? It has nothing to do with the bearish push. Your price is just moving within a range. You can't disregard supports and resistances, especially when you're stuck in a range. Yesterday we got out of a position, right? Just based on where we were in the markets, right? For Asian session, I just closed my positions at break even right where we were in the market, just based on the level, not based on volume and based on anything else. Just, you can't disregard levels. You have to be able to make the distinction between the stronger and the weaker levels, right? And if you're trading a higher time frame, you don't put as much weight into the smaller time frame levels, right? But you can't disregard them, right? Because those 5 minutes, those 15, those 30-minute closures, they'll eventually turn into a 1 hour or a 4 hour level. Baby, come back. Sorry for them. No, I appreciate the questions. I like the questions. I like having a discussion that has to do with what we are doing here. I hate having irrelevant discussions. Not that I hate them, just like it's no good for anyone else here. Nice rejection. Pasture funded, W. Now, if you could only get a payout. guess this isn't bad. Like, I think if you looked at this area, you kind of look for positions off a top wick, telling yourself that the 30 is about to close. Next 30 is going to need a bottom wick, and this 30 is going to need to leave a top wick. You're going to expect a pullback. And the previous 15 closed with no bottom wick. But I can't take this flip here. That entry should have been up here. Buys at 26.60. No, we would need closures above there. $15 flipped. You have a 30 closure here. Yeah, I think you had to be above the range for sells here to give yourself the optimal chance for risk management, because let's say it didn't drive down at least above support, above 26.51, you can get that bottom wick. You can still get it here, but at least up here, you know you're above support for price to come down. Here, I don't know. There's technically tells for all these moves. We could be like 3 or 4 positions in already, but I'm just not in as massive of a hunt mode. Maybe if we were no streams and I'm just locked in on my own with no talk and just searching through time frames. But as we explain everything, I want to be ready for positions. I wasn't ready to take a sell here. I got 2 dubs already. Let's wait for higher time frame confirmations. You looking at the 30 wick fill buy? No. The 4 hour doesn't have a bottom wick here. The only time we're gonna have to get a steep bottom wick, we're gonna have to, and we would have had to close above the range here. Only a sell made sense in this situation above the range. Maybe right here, 26.52 areas. Careful, the 15's a lit candle here. I don't know what it's waiting for. It's probably waiting for Thursday to break us out of here. This daily's been disgusting. Let's ugly daily. I don't think the volume's insane. I just think this range is big. We're bouncing in a range, but the range itself is massive. Sorry, if there was a lot of volume, we would have broken out of this range already. Remember what I said, if you were looking at pineapples up here, 2651 areas, 2645, I think is your closure. So that was a strong 30 close. Yeah, 15, leg candle. Join Discord. Oh, the link's right there. How's your little one? Both little ones are sick. NYC open, yeah. NYC open, but we held resistance, but the 30, 30 closed bullish. 15 held resistance. I believe we have to come up here a bit based on that 15 closure with no bottom wick. But we still held, so I'm a bit skeptical at how steep this top wick will be. If we can come down lower and then flip bullish, maybe. Both, yeah, I think one got the other one sick. Yeah, I'm looking at 43, 44 areas. If we can tap those areas, these wicks over here, and then flip, okay, right? We can tap these areas. Before coming up and flipping, and then flipping after, okay. Mobilizing to deploy 4,000 guardsmen throughout Florida. So yeah, I think the National Guard activated here, huh? This white line here is for all my Colombians. No, I'm just kidding. This there's a resistance here, right? So I'm very careful because we've closed below it. We can, tap it and reject, come straight down. I know the higher time frame range is up here. That makes sense in the 15, but if we're going to take that position, we need to bounce off a stronger support. I don't know what it bounced off here, this area. You don't want to take a flip just because it's flipped, right? You want to take a flip because it's driving off something, because you're getting a slingshot in your move, right? You're getting that bottom wick and boom, it's a quick bounce and a drive, right? So tap this area now. If it's able to flip bullish here, I think that might be a good position. Oh, this 5 is going to close bear, huh? So you're going to need a bottom wick on the next 5 also. You're going to need a 5 to come down here first if you're going to look for that bullish flip up there. Oh wait, it did. I'm sorry. That was the previous 5. I'm looking at the 1 minute. You have a big count, you trade small lots, so its emotions are kept in control. When you realize what you're losing, what you could possibly lose, right? And you're okay with it, yeah. That doesn't tend to drive the impulsive emotions out of you. Need coffee? No, I'm gonna go finish smoking the rest of my joint that's outside. Which reminds me, I hope it's not soaked. Nice beard wicks. Yeah, I want to get rid of it. To approach trading thinking, oh man, how much can I win? Like if I just add 4 positions here, I can make this much. No, you should be approaching with like, so the possibility of a loss here, right? This is how much I can lose. Wait, music too loud? Let's do this. So besides realizing how much you can lose, you also have to then say, what's the probability of you losing that much, right? And if there's like a 30% chance of you taking a 5% loss versus a 50% chance of you taking a 10% loss, right? Or 2% loss, you have to weigh all those things. Oh, is it coming up to flip? That's the 5, right? 15 hasn't done so yet. Yeah, this white line here is not an entry. This is just what I was looking for in terms of a resistance. There's a level here. Right here on the 30 that we're below. Calling it early. All right, Robert. See you tomorrow. Yours 5% a trade. Lately, it's been a lot less than 5%. Average trades per day, anywhere from like 3 to 6 trades per day lately. Last few months. See, you can't disregard levels. Cannot disregard levels, no matter how good that flip looked, right? It got that bottom wick, started flipping, but you cannot disregard levels here. Mentioned it yesterday during Asian session. Why? Because you feel like this is the one, this is the wick to fill. There's a level here. Yeah, I see a wick to fill. That bullish flip looks nice, right? But it's not everything lining up. There's no level here. Yeah, we take that. It probably then doesn't reject here if there's no level here. It rebroke the low on the 5. So what does that mean? Grabbed more orders, right? It flipped before, couldn't drive. Came down, grabbed more orders. If this is the extent of where it got to, based on orders from here, it came down, grabbed more orders. Can we get a 5 bullish closure here in 2 minutes? Or will it just drive up? Yeah, 15 closes in 90 seconds too. Be interesting to see how the 15 closes. You would expect a 30 wick fill? No, I'm not expecting 30 wick fill because of this area marked off with a white line. It's a 30 level. Can't expect a 30 wick fill. This is a 30 level. So you can expect the next rebreak of the high to come up if it does rebreak the high. But that's the off chance. On the off chance it rebreaks the high, you would say it's going to come up to 26.41 at the very least, 26.49, I'm sorry. So it's about 16 pips. But you would have needed that 5 after it broke these lows here to continue the drive. It just tried again and rejected, right? So if it does that now with no bottom wick on this 15, right? That was a 15 bearish closure. If it starts re-breaking the highs, yeah, it's the 30 flip to come up. Or is it the top wick for the 15? You know what I mean? So you have time frames telling you different stories. And if that's the case, I usually stay out. I would like the time frames to line up here, especially in a ranging market, right? If different time frames are telling you a different story and you're in a ranging market where it could go up or down, you're in a range, there's no edge there. I don't have an edge there. Yeah, you could say the higher time frame flip rebroke the highs, but you know, they're not lining up. 15 is telling me sells, 30 is telling me buys, you know, the 1 hour is telling me sells, 4 hours telling me sells. But like I said, it could go any way here, right? And if it's 50-50, then I don't want to be out of it. You can win, but you can also lose with less confidence, right? I'll either win here, or if with an entry here, I'll win or lose with less confidence, with not my position, right? And if it's a win, great, it's not going to make me wealthy. But if it's a loss, it's really going to eat away at me, right? Because I'd rather be stuck in drawdown according to my plan than stuck in drawdown not according to plan, not knowing what to do. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not looking for 30 buys here, especially with the 15 no wick here. Because you'd want something like this now. Right, you'd want this closure, and then you'd want that bottom wick. If you get the bottom wick, then you can take that. Buy and sell, you won't lose? I don't know. Because if this 30 drives up, never comes back down. I mean, this 15. Yeah, which is the 30 also, right? 30's flipped here, we broke the highs. If it never comes back down, then your sells probably won't hit. Right, this isn't the candle you want to be. You want to be in the drive, not the pullback or not the tap of resistance or support for your entry. You see? It looked like the 30 was going to drive. Now it looks like the 15 is going to flip. Like, who's telling the truth? One of y'all is lying. What we doing, gold? Every time frame should line up. That is a great rule of thumb. It's not written in stone, but it's a great rule of thumb, especially for less experienced or newer traders. Have your time frames line up. How long you been trading full time? 6 years. bullish. Yep, 5 closed week bullish. 15 flip bearish for a second. I saw it flip. And they will. If you're patient enough, they will line up. Like you see, you get the 15 telling a different story than the 30. You wait a few candles, they will all line up. The 15, the 30, the key is wait the market, it might move by then. What kept you staying in the game longer? Honestly, it was other traders. And it's not like they motivated me to be like them. What really motivated me is the fact that I couldn't do it. And the people that I saw doing it, these other traders, I really thought they were knuckleheads. And then I'm sitting there like, how the fuck is this knucklehead doing this shit with like third world internet and like, you know, and junior high school education, and I'm over here fairly well read, decently educated, you know, coming from an intelligent family, and I'm gonna quit and not get it, but these fucking sea donkeys are killing it. Nah, that motivated me. That like how the fuck am I not getting it and they are? Like this, like I'm not willing to accept that I'm dumber than them. What's up? Where did you come from? Caviar's not here. Yeah, you see, Caviar is not on stream right now. So. Caviar. Yeah, my daughter calls Javier Caviar. See, he's not on the Zoom today. Hold on, baby. Give me a sec. What do you got now that you didn't had back then in your career? I would say the biggest difference from now, well, from when I just started trading till now, is mindset. And it's not just mindset, it's an experience you have to go through. Like, the reason I think I'm so patient with the charts is because I think gold has humbled me to such an extreme level that like it reflects in every other aspect of my life. Like, this has been a very humbling experience. Hey, if you're coughing, close your mouth, okay? Here, have a seat next to me. So yeah, I think it's just a very humbling experience, and if you haven't been humbled yet, you will be. And if you haven't been humbled yet, I think it's too soon for you to even think about being profitable, right? Until gold drags you, you know, to the lowest of your lows and then shows you that you got a chance and then drops you even lower than that, and until you go through some personal shit, you're you, you haven't really been humbled. You think you are, you know, the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I've been really humbled here where like it reflects in other aspects of my life where I used to show up with money and just think like, you know, just because I have money, like everyone else around me is a slave. Like I used to have this little like, you know, like a complex. Like I'd walk around, my head held high, and like think I'm better than everybody, right? I'm walking and I'm pulling up in a nice car. I'm walking into a restaurant. I'm talking shit for no reason. Everybody else is just like, yo, this is my 9 to 5, bro. Let me get over it. Why are you giving me a hard like? And I'm walking in there like, you gotta give me this. You got like everybody owes me some shit, right? And when this humbles you, you tend to not be like that in life. I'm like you'll like you'll never see me like be like really flashy or throw money around or just, you know, pull up and act like, you know, like because someone's working a 9 to 5, like they owe me or I'm better than them. And I used to be like that. I'd pull up everyone and be like, I'm better, like, bro, like you can't say nothing to me. Like I'm better than you. Like, you know, I'm just. And ever since I started trading, like that whole part of me, of my personality is gone. And it didn't happen overnight. It was a lot of broke nights, a lot of broke down nights where like I'm emotionally broken. I'm mentally broken. I'm trying to figure this out, and who am I thinking I'm better than all these people? And I can't figure this out, and I'm over here, you know, struggling, really questioning my identity. And I think until you've been humbled, and until you can really realize that hey, this is a universal experience that people need to go through to really update their mindset and mentality, right? Right? Understand like we're all, for the most part, we're very equal. There's nothing that, you know, that's given to me, you know, by nature that would give me an advantage here or would give somebody else an advantage here, right? It's just, we all can do it. You just have to be really humble about it. It'll make, you don't have to be humble, but if you're humble about it, it'll make your road to profitability that much easier. I had to change the way not I just see money, but how I see other people. I had to change the way that I see myself and tell myself I'm not the shit that I always thought I was, right? I'm technically, like, in another person's life, I'm a nobody. In the grand scheme of things, I'm a nobody. I really need to tone down my attitude because, Wix, you're a nobody, right? And then when people talk shit to me, I tell them, I'm like, I know I'm a nobody and you're wasting your energy on a nobody, right? You're a nobody as well. We're all equal. No one's better than you. No one's worse than you. It's really how you can view life and how you can control yourself. But I believe that universally traders need to be humbled by the markets before they can start taking advantage of the markets. It's like that. It's like Neo and Morpheus, right? Neo lost to Morpheus their initial round, right? When they started fighting, and because he had to be humbled by Morpheus. He had to show him, right? He had to show him, you humble yourself and then focus not on you being the greatest, but focus on what's possible and the actual work. Forget what you look like to people. Yeah, and I say this all the time. Whoever's counted me out can't count. Very simple. That motivates me. Got 1 minute here for this 1 hour to close. So 1 hour closed bullish. It would have been better if we opened up with a bottom wick. We opened up with a top wick. Not much of a bottom wick on a 30. If we would see, if we didn't make this top wick, I would say that we're due to make a top wick based on that hourly closure and hold of support. So I would say we're gonna come down here. We can look for an entry, bottom wick entry at around 2638, and then look for it to make a top wick. But it's made a top wick here off the rip of the candle. Grabbed some orders and it's coming down now. So it becomes a bit more difficult to look for buys at this area because it can, once it grabs the top wick, it can blast through it. Like, I'm not at that point. I'd say, all right, so my advantage point now is not the flip, and it already grabbed orders, came up a bit. Now, how much is this? It's a 10 pip top wick. Daily looks like it might re-break its own low right here. That's a strong rejection too, but that rejected, even though that rejected, it never came down and broke the lows here, never flipped. You ended up holding the support and closing bullish. I don't have an edge here at this point. Can this be a case where the 1 hour bottom wick touches the support and bounces off, re-breaking its own high? Can we enter if it re-breaks its own high? I don't think that's the most optimal entry here in this case, because it can re-break its own high and come right back down, re-break the low. It's a heavy rejection here. I think the optimal entry is on a bottom wick here if you don't have a top wick. Now that you have this top wick, if you re-break the highs, I'm just going to wait for this range to be over with, right? I want to get out of this range, so I really want some closures below, or I want some closures above. Or it's got to reset up again where all time frames line up, right? I can't have the hourly close bullish, the 30 close bearish, and now I'm stuck in between them. Yeah, winters are near, but wicks are already enjoying. I don't have winter. I just have either a cooler summer or a warmer summer. But it's summer all year round. Like, I'll be wearing shorts and white beaters on New Year's. Can't do that anywhere. Gotcha. Wait for closure time. Yeah, just take the uncertainty out of it, or take the lower probability trades out of it, and look for that higher quality setup. Just your key is to win day in and day out. What does that mean? It means you have to go on winning streaks. So you can't settle for positions that'll lose once in a while. You really have to take your optimal positions, and those will lose once in a while too, right? But at least those will give you a higher probability of winning in the grand scheme of things. After 1,000 entries, the optimum, if you take 1,000 optimal positions versus 500 optimal and then 500 positions you settled for, right, your win rate will probably be a lot higher if you take 500 optimal positions or 1,000 optimal positions. You're at Delray Beach? Where? You're like half hour away from me. Swim here, bro. Swim here. Off Atlantic? Hold on. Atlantic is exit 52, right? Well, no, there's two Atlantics. You're either on exit 36 or on exit 52 off the 95. Are you on Atlantic Boulevard or Atlantic Avenue? That sounds like a Lil Wayne line. I may be in the ocean, swimming with the pigeons. Or maybe in the air, flying with the fishes. Right? That's an old school line. I think that's Lil Wayne, Drake, or somebody. No, I'm pretty sure that's Lil Wayne. The Drought, or Carter. Carter 3, right? Yeah, you see candles printing side by side. You see 1, 2, 3, 4 straight candle bodies next to each other, right? Just printing next to each other. It's a lot of indecision here in the market. You're just in a range, a steep range, but still you're in a range. Any more trades or just we'll call it? I think I'm gonna wait in this 15-minute candle, see if we can reject here anywhere and drive us out of the range. If not, then we'll call it with just 40 pips for the session. We got 2 W's already. There's no need to force it. You wait for your position set up, right? Be patient. Paciencia. You're calling it 45 pips for today. Done. Daily goal met. Yeah. As long as you're a winner, right? Don't be looking for 45 pips every day. It makes it really difficult on yourself. $460 here. I think we peaked at like 600 something today. Strange. Last year, all New York session streams, we were peaking at like 1200. My biggest stream, like for the most viewers at one time, was 2,000 concurrents. I actually have the date on it. Hold on. I wrote the date down. I was like, damn. So on May, if you guys go to our May 9th stream, this was this year, May 9th stream, we had over 2,000 viewers for that stream, 2,045 peak concurrence. What happened between now and May 9th should not be discussed about here because we've spoken about it for over a month. Real one stuck around. Yeah, but it's like I had nothing to do with it. I'm just very opinionated, but I have nothing to do with it. What do you think about Lorenzo? What's a Lorenzo? That sounds like a kit you put on Benzes, the Lorenzo kit. Oh yeah, the guy, the streamer, yeah, Lorenzo Colorado or whatever his name is, Lorenzo Wisconsin something. I don't know him. I don't know him. I don't know the Lorenzo guy. I will say I've seen him stream. So when I call the streams here, I'll hop on TT's stream. I'll see how they're doing. Drop a like. I'll hop on Lorenzo's stream. Like I've seen it. Like I don't stay on the stream. I've seen him. I've hopped on. I've seen what they're about. Just because I'm curious. What are people doing? I'd like to see who's streaming during my time, what they're streaming, what how they're doing, what kind of interactions the audience has. see if I can learn anything, you know what I'm saying? Wix stream hopping, yeah. Whenever I call it here, I'll probably go smoke a J, and then after that, I'll hop onto YouTube and see who's still around at like 11, 11:30, see what they're doing. But I know who you're talking about. Like, shout out to all of them. Everyone is streaming. They're all putting in work, building communities, and they're all just making themselves, you know, available for exposure. Right? It's a different kind of mindset when you're willing to do that, and you believe in what you're doing. What's up, beautiful? Your phone? I don't have it. I think it's in Lala's room. It was on the charger in her room. Double check. She's sleeping. It's okay. You can walk in there, see if your phone's on the charger, and if it is, you can just take it. Go ahead. Say that. If she says anything, tell her I said it's okay. I think I put your phone on the charger in her room. Okay, yeah, close the door, please. Just don't slam it. Thank you. Let's sound out some folks from here to trace the streamers. No, shout out to everybody. Anyone who's, you know, who's really standing 100% behind what they do, right? And then practicing what they preach, right? If they stand 100% behind what they say and then they practice what they preach, that means they're really about it, right? So I can't question anyone that's really about their business. I just, all I can do is, you know, tip my hat off to them and tell them great job. It's not in Lala's room. Give me one chat. Give me 1 second. Hold on a second. Let me get my kid her phone. Alright. What are you doing? $420 watching. We got a 15 closure coming up here. How are we gonna close? How are we gonna close? Don't look too pretty. it's not a leg candle, right? The body of the candle is steeper than the wick, but you're still closing with no top wick on the 15. Stuck at 26K. Yeah, it's not moving. Like, we broke 26.2 and it's not moving. We've taken, I think, we've taken over 100 W's since we've hit 26K subs, and then it's just been stuck. It's crazy. I don't know. Yeah, chat, we're gonna call it here. I'm gonna call it a session here. The 15 closed, no top wick, not much range. We're stuck in a range on the smaller time frame and on the higher time frame. Not too pretty. Yeah, let's call it a session. We got our dubs. We're all winners for today. Congratulations, everybody, for showing up and experiencing another great session with me. Oh, by the way, chat, before you dip, can you guys spam some W's here? Please, thank you. All right, thank you for that, chat. Appreciate you guys spamming the dubs. Another great session, a lot of value today. Great discussion, some good questions. Really, the positions with volume within the range, everything worked out great. What a great way to start this week. Hopefully you guys are staying dry if you're anywhere next to South Florida, or in general if you're anywhere in Florida. If you guys have internet tomorrow, I'll see you guys on the streams, right? But let's call it for today. Let's go enjoy whatever we have left of the day. It's pretty early. It's only 10 a.m., right? You guys have done your job. That's it. Work day's over. Time for you to go, you know, enjoy your day and do something positive with the time you have today, right? Do something that moves the needle. Do something with the other 15 hours or 16 hours that you have today that's going to move the needle in your life, right? Whether it's taking care of personal things, whether it's taking care of business, make sure that it you know, that it marks something off the list. You can check more things off the list today, so you can progress, right? You want progress, not plateaus, right? All right, chat. That's my time. Mods, thank you so much for coming through and helping me run the stream as always. Kenny, Nick, shout out to Gene for showing up on streams. I think Nick was on, no, somebody else was on streams yesterday. I forgot who it was. Chris was on the Zooms yesterday too. Thank you guys for coming through. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Zoom gang, I'll see you guys on the Clubhouse side and the Discord and chat. Love and wisdom to you all. I'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. sharp. Make sure you show up a little bit earlier, maybe like around 7:50. You really want to be here. Sometimes we get positions before, right? Before the 8 a.m. closure. Rarely, but it does happen, so you don't want to miss any of that. All right, gang. As for me, my time here is up. And just like that, another New York session is in the books. Enjoy your day, everybody. See you tomorrow.